Hello, my name is Grant Fritchie. I work for Redgate Software. Today I want to talk to you about performance tuning and the importance of measurements in performance tuning. Frequently you get things are slow phone call, right? The server is slow, the database is slow, my query is slow. And the issue you run into with that is we don't have comparison points. It's really vital that anytime we start talking about performance is slow, we have to capture metrics. We have to capture the performance metrics. If nothing else, we capture the runtime, how long did it take to run, right? It took 2 seconds. Cool. Now we have a before metric. We make change. We measure again. Now we have an after metric. It's having this before and after metric that really allows us to start doing performance tuning. Without these, all we know is that something is slow. All we know is that there was a load. All we know is that we had waits. If we're not able to compare one moment of time to another moment in time, then we don't have any meaningful way to measure a third moment in time after we've made adjustments to think that we've improved things or not improved things. And if you look at a lot of the design of different things, such as monitoring tools, they take this into account. Now, if we take a look at QueryStore, as an example, QueryStore has time intervals. The time intervals by default are 1 hour, so it breaks down the aggregate information that it gathers into the QueryStore in 1 hour increments. Why? So that you have the ability to do before and after. When someone says, oh my gosh, my query is slow now, you go, well, let me think. Was it slow an hour ago? Well, I can check with QueryStore. Was it slow yesterday in this same time period? I can check with QueryStore. And having that ability before and after makes a big difference in what you're doing query tuning. Take another example. SQL Performance Monitor from Redgate Software. Now there, again, because we can do moments in time, we can compare before and after. My query is slow. What did it look like an hour ago? What did it look like yesterday? We've got that point. Also, with the analysis mechanisms, we can look at establishing a baseline, saying, what does it look like normally? What does, the classic thing, what does normal look like? And then once you have normal, then you will know what a skew looks like. Let's see how that works right now in SQL Monitor. Now this is SQL Monitor at monitor.redgate.com. Now you guys can go there to monitor.redgate.com and play with this tool yourself. And the main thing I just want to focus on today is this whole idea of before and after, so that you've got the idea of query tuning is all about understanding what's going on before and after. So if we take a look down here, we can see that we've got top 10 queries by duration. And so if we had a query, delete from emails, for example, right there at the top, and we were curious as, okay, so now that's the longest duration query, but what about earlier in the day? Can we look at earlier in the day? And we can. We can take a look at, change this window here. So we're looking at, within an hour or two ago, and it will then update the model and show us which queries were occurring at that point in time. And as you can see, that was also the slower running query at that time. The duration's a little less, but obviously there's, before and after. If it was running slow now, it was running slow then. And we can go back and we can even change, and take a look at, do we want to look at, sometime previous today, last week, last month? Do we want to look at some other time frame? We can use all that stuff, and with that information, we can then decide on a before and after measure on our query performance to see what's going on, to understand whether or not this is a normal kind of behavior for this query. And so I just wanted to use that one as an example, before and after, big point on query tuning. So that's it. Before and after, right? It's that ability to make those kinds of comparisons that make the difference in what we're doing with query tuning. Otherwise, you're just guessing. And guessing is not going to allow us to arrive at where we need to arrive at. That's it. My name is Grant Fritchie. I work for Redgate Software. Thanks for watching.